It's Mr. Frederick right back at you with the good word. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Guys, give me a second while I look for the verse for the day, the Bible verse. Okay? Let's see here. Happy Tuesday. All right. We have it, family. All right. Galatians 6:2. That's Galatians 6:2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. Ooh, I got to say that one again, guys. Galatians 6:2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. Oh, that is definitely right on line with what I'm doing today, guys. Give me a sec. I got to clean these glasses. But that's, yeah, bear ye one another's burdens. Absolutely. Hold on, guys. Let's see here. There, much better. All right. Okay, guys. So what we're going to talk about today, okay, it's kind of semi-tied into that. So what we're going to talk about today, come on, give me some likes, guys, if you're going to get in there. Hello, good morning. Now put a like up next to it. There you go. So what we're going to talk about today is understanding the difference between yourself, your essence, who you are, and your experiences. Okay? That's not the same thing. I know I did a short. I was telling you guys I was going to make the live today about that, but I think it's very important because over time we tend to associate our experiences. Yes, it's a part of who you are, it's part of your story, but it's not your essence. Okay? It's not the essence of who you are. So, what you have to understand is being conscious of that is so important because it influences your decision making. Who you let in your life, people that you're around, all of this influences the way you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, your sense of self, who you are. All of this is tied to the story you tell yourself. And if that story, come on guys, let's get some likes in there. I can't give you the good word if I'm not getting the good likes, because that's how YouTube measures the algorithms. That's how YouTube will push me out there so we can grow and help more people. So give me some likes, guys. So, like I was saying, you have to understand that our story, and let me just backtrack. The reason this is so important too is me, myself, the reason I became a life coach, guys, is because I wanted to help people. Because I saw where I was and I said, hey, I know it's other people out there just like me. Come on, guys, give me some more likes. It's other people out there just like me that have gone through things, especially males. Ladies are good for going to therapy. Ladies go to therapy. You guys have been on the therapy train for a long time. Now guys are starting to catch back up. Now we're going to therapy, getting coaching, helping ourselves. Come on, guys, we got 27 people in there. One like. Let's give some likes, guys. Get those likes going. So now we are starting to see males take care of themselves and do self-care and understand that it's very masculine thing. It's a very masculine thing to take care of yourself because you can't take care of your village. You can't take care of your people who you're around if you're not taking care of you. That means your health. That means your mental and physical health, your spirituality. All of these things encompass you as a man, as a person. And now you can facilitate and have the right queen next to you and vice versa. Ladies, you can have the right king next to you if you're taking care of yourself. Come on, guys, get those lights up. So it's critical to understand when you go through traumas and things early in your life that is not you. Those were experiences, unfortunately, that you went through, and you have to learn to cope with them. You have to learn to get a lesson from those experiences and you grow from them, but you don't let them define who you are. Your essence is who you were before you went through anything, before you seen anyone, before God had your essence in you. That no one can take that from you. I don't care what you go through. I don't care who you're around. No one can take the essence of who you are from you. That's why no one can mimic you. No one can, I mean, people can look like you and all that kind of stuff. They can dress like you, but your essence is special. That's the God's elixir. That's God's little mixture that he made and put into the world. Can't be duplicated. You understand? Can't be duplicated. So, excuse me, that being said, it's essential that you understand that you got to watch the people you're around too, because they can either feed or they can destroy. So it's either killing you. Well, I don't want to say a K word. I already said it for YouTube, but it's either building you or it's killing you. One or the other. There's no, oh, this person just okay. No. Are they helping you? Are they uplifting you? Or are they literally killing your spirit a little bit every day? Because if they're not adding to you, they're subtracting. Just by being around you, your attention, your energy, you don't need that. You want to put positive people around you that are going to help you, and that's going to help you go where you want. God's not going to bless no mess. Understand what I'm saying, people? God is not going to bless any mess. If you got people around you, the negative spirit, even if you don't know it, see, God sees what you don't see. God knows what they have said behind closed doors about you. All their evil plans and schemes, God knows this stuff. You don't know it. So when God gets people out of your life and you see yourself get blessed, he wasn't going to bless you with them around you. Them people were lying and scheming and, all sorts of stuff you didn't imagine. And so if you're a person that God is not going to let you come up and get destroyed by this demon. God going to get them demons away from you one way or the other. He works in different mysterious ways, but he's going to get them away from you, and you're going to elevate above all of that. But you can't do it around the wrong people. It just won't happen. So you got to remember, love heals and builds. Hate kills, okay, and destroy. That's what hate does, okay? Understand that. Love. So, but I always tell people, don't just throw your love around. Guard your heart. You just don't give your love and your heart to anyone, because the people with the biggest hearts understand that's energy. And that energy in the wrong place can be turned around, and you have some witches and warlocks out here that will take your good heart and use it against you. Oh, they'll use the word against you. Oh, it says love everybody, so I can have threesomes and foursomes. I'm telling you, this is how sick some people are. They will use everything good in the universe against you. And that's the really dangerous people. But, people do it on minor levels. So you got to watch out for everybody. And you got to remember that people that try to destroy your life with lies, is the reason they try to do that is because your truth will destroy their lives. People who try to destroy your life with lies, they know that the truth will destroy their life, because they've been wearing a mask. Hello, I can't say that name from Russia, but much love. So you got to remember that. You got people out there that are living lies. They've done the worst things in the world. Not claiming everyone's done bad, but it's some people that have put up a mirage. They put up a mask to the world that they're this person, and got their kids, got their colleagues. They got everybody fooled about who they are. And what they do, you know what they do. They basically, protect it. They put on a show. They might try to dress a certain way. They might try to talk a certain way, to have a Bible in their hand every second, quoting verses. Those are people you really need to watch out for. You see, I don't do a lot of quotes. I like to walk it. I like for you to watch me. I like for you to listen to me. And I don't claim to be perfect, but I like to be a walking display, a walking ad of what it should look like for someone trying to walk in obedience. Okay, that's what I try to do. And I don't complete it every day, but every day I try. And that's how I want to lead. I want to lead by example. And also, you got to also understand too that on top of that, bad company corrupts good character. So no matter how good you are, or no matter what your expectations or your intentions are, if you're around the wrong people, you'll be corrupted. Trust me. It's only going to go one way or the other. It's either going to go, you're going to become like them, or they're going to become like you. Okay? Like they used to say, when I was in sales, they used to say, with every transaction, someone's getting sold. Either that customer just sold you, or you sold them. And that's what my manager used to say. If you didn't get the sale, that means they sold you. And they might go off to another place and go buy their product somewhere else. But that's irrelevant. The bottom line is you need to know influence. You need to understand the concept of transferring influence. And if this person is not aligned with your truest self, it could be anything. It could be that these people are smoking and drinking and you don't want to do that. It could be that they're into fornicating and having sex and things, all the things that you might not agree with. And you might get coerced into it, again, for feeling so sad, for feeling down, self esteem low because of the story that's in your head about your experiences that now you have attached to. This is me. I must not be worth anything. Look, I was molested. I was abused. I went through this. This man robbed me. This girl did this. You see, all of these are stories that repetitively you tell yourself. And so you're sending out a frequency that you're not aware of, vibration in the world. You're sending that out. And what's going to happen is you're going to get that back. So you have to tell the story that you want. You have to tell a story of a conqueror, not of a victim, a story of someone who overcomes, a story of someone who can identify their pain, but they don't identify with their pain. You are outside of your pain, okay? You are not your pain. And the more you understand that, the further you go, and you'll be able to you understand this about people, okay? Don't idolize people. Don't look at someone because they're a woman and say, "Oh, she's supposed to be innocent. She's supposed to be the idea of virtue." You remember what Nietzsche said, right? And I don't agree with all of his stuff, but he was right about this. People are people. Whether it's a woman, man, that woman, it has no more virtue than you. This is just what society tried to tell men. They tried to paint this frame. She has no more. She's loyal to herself. Okay, so but she has no more virtue, no more than you do as a man. It could be you might have more than her. So don't get fooled by tricks of society of, oh, she's supposed to have flowers and what do they say? They tell us since with nursery rhymes, little girls are sugar and spice and everything nice. Little boys are frogs, frog tails and puppy tails and all that's BS. Okay, men and women are people. So you got good men, bad men. Good women, bad women. Okay, same thing with race or color, whatever you want to use, ethnicity. You got good, different ethnicities, you got bad in everybody. So when you go into thinking this person is supposed to be this, what happens when they let you down? What it was they didn't really let you down. What happened is you bought into society's story of what this person should be. And somewhere along the line, you got to figure out, why did I need this person to be this so bad? Why did I need, what story, what type of self-talk, which story was I telling myself that this person had to be great? This person had to be virtuous. This person had to be loyal. This person had to, why did you need to have that story playing in your head? It's a reason why. And a lot of times it's in your shadow. And that's, the great psychologist Carl Jung, from the 40s and 50s. And he used to say, that shadow work is important because when you do the shadow work, you'll discover, oh, I was disappointed by my mother. I was disappointed by my grandmother. I was disappointed by my father, by my grandfather, by my brother, by all of these people. And so now you feel an emptiness inside. And what you do is you try to project that onto someone else. You want them to fulfill that type of energy that you felt you should have gotten from those people that disappointed you. But guess what? They're never going to fulfill that because they're their own people. Okay. They're their own people. So there's no way that they can fulfill what you want. And it's unfair to yourself and to them. You have to come to peace with your experiences that put that story in your head. And that's where you need the therapy or the coaching to understand your power. You cannot victimize yourself. You cannot re-victimize yourself. Yes, you might have been victimized at a point, but you aren't a victim now. So you take your power back and you understand that, yes, that's a situation that might have occurred and happened to me. I acknowledge it, but I am not that. I am much more greater than anything that ever happens to me because you never know what God has planned for you. Okay. You never know. You can't imagine how the Lord works. What's up today will be down tomorrow. Okay, say the meek shall inherit the earth. So someone who's doing great right now and you're looking at them, ooh, I wish I could be that. I wish I had what they have. They might not even be here tomorrow. Okay, that's why you have to be grateful for what you have. You have to be thankful for what you have. because that's God's gift to you. That ain't for no one else. No one can smile the way you do. No one can laugh the way you do. No one has that strut like you have. No one has that humor. No one has that humility. No one has that ability to care like you do. That ability to say the right thing. That ability to be quiet sometimes when they just need a shoulder to lean on. They don't even want words. No one knows that like you know it. Okay? That's what makes you special. You might be thinking that other person's special because the way they do it. They do it like this and I admire that. That's their way. Your way is your way. And that's the blessing. Your way is the blessing. Why? Because it's yours. It's what God gave you. The very thing you might be ashamed of will be something someone loves. So don't bury that. Don't shrink it. Don't adjust it for no one. If someone needs you to adjust, now I'm not saying if something's bad about you, you have a bad habit, or you're doing something to hurt yourself or hurt people. If they love you, they should suggest something for you. But I'm saying that if they just want you to change basic things of your personality that, they just don't like, I suggest you change them and you get them out of the way. Because some people, they just want to project their negativity and how they feel, and they see something in you they don't feel they have, and they're going to attack you. That's what I was telling you guys about the light. When you walk with a light, and just being optimistic, loving life, loving yourself, loving the Lord, it doesn't mean you're perfect. You just have a certain vibration that you walk with, certain vibration that no one has but you. And some people will see that and they sit back and they know they don't have it. They like, I don't have that. That draw people coming to him, people all over him like flies. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to sit and they're going to say, how can I if I can't duplicate it, I want to destroy it. I'm telling you, I've experienced it. And you're not even thinking. You're like, man, hey, we cool, you got you do you, I do me. We just keep it moving. But they don't think like that. They want what you have. They want what you have. They want your clothes. They want to wear your clothes the way you wear them. They want to wear your glasses the way you wear them. They literally want to talk the way they want your catchphrases. They want your swag. They want everything. They want your girl or your guy. They want me. I used to look at, you got a girl. I don't want her. I don't want her just because you got her. I'm like, I mean, everyone has been with someone, mostly when we're grown. But if I know you as a guy, I don't want your girl. I mean, sometimes, it does happen. I admit people will, women, men and women, they're going to go for what they like. But at the end of the day, if I have a preference, I don't want someone else's spouse. I don't want someone else's lover. No. Not only is it dangerous, I just don't want it. It's not a good look for me and my self-esteem. But some people, they are the opposite. They want what they think you have. And like I always tell you guys, let me see, this might be a good comment. Bro, I'll be the same way. This is why I have no friends today. It was too difficult trying to find like-minded men who never felt jealousy towards each other. Oh, absolutely. Men are the biggest bees you ever want to see. Men will claim that we tough and rough and thugs and all of that, but at the end of the day, we a lot of men are women. The way they say women supposed to act. A lot of men get jealous. A lot of men get, the story. Men can do all the things, gossip, all of the stuff they say ladies do, men do. Locker room talk, whatever you want to call it. And we say my brothers always trusted me around their children and wives. That's good. That's a good trait to be trusted, guys. I'm getting into some of these comments, some good comments. They just aren't grown adults. Let's see. I never even thought to look. No, you should look. Think to look, because you got to understand, those people prey on individuals that are unassuming, that aren't thinking like that. Good-hearted people, usually open people who feel good about themselves. They just love life. They have an optimism. They're on a certain vibration. So people like that are vulnerable to this. People that are more pessimistic, people that are more on the, they're just more of a wait and see. Those kind of people ain't got to worry about it, because they're not going to give people the opportunity. They're not going to trust anyone to even get close to them to do that. It's only going to be someone open that they can prey on. And that's what makes that's what I was saying about light. That's what draws. Light attracts, yes, it attracts Light attracts flies, it attracts everything. Darkness, light attracts everything. So if you have a light to you, oh man, you better watch out. And look, everything I tell you, I've lived. That's how I can tell it to you guys. So I don't just talk, you know. And also, you want to remember too a couple of things here that I want to make sure I get out here before I get off of here. Is that trust yourself. Trust yourself. A lot of times, you know, that makes our story so bad. If we tell people, if you open up to someone and you start telling them some of your history and bad things you might have went through, be very careful with that. Some people will come, they'll meet you, right? And they'll throw a story. Oh, you know, this happened to me as a kid, trying to get you to say something. And all this person is doing the whole time is trying to get information on you. They don't care. They just want to get something to hold over your head and figure out who you are, how you think, what are your weaknesses, what are your vulnerabilities. A true predator. So you got to be careful who you share who you are with, what you've gone through. Everybody's not a caring ear. Everybody's not a concerned citizen. It's a lot of people out there that just want information to try to hurt you. They're sick people. So you got to remember, hurt people hurt people. And you also got to remember this. What do they say? What's the old saying? If someone is wounded, if someone is broken, if someone is completely, you don't know what these people have gone through. Some people have been sold off into sex trafficking early in their life. They've gone through the most horrific experiences you have no clue about. It's in it. My email is in the description, guys. But you got to remember that individuals like this are dangerous because what they're going to do, they're going to try to take that. Only thing they know now is to take some of that pain away and give it to you. That's all they know. Now, some people are healers. Some people can get all the pain in the world. They've been betrayed by mama, papa, brother, sister, everybody. That's me. I've been betrayed by everyone. So for me, I was confused because I was like, I don't understand, Lord. I mean, not saying I haven't hurt people. Everyone has done it. But I was like, I have an insurmountable amount of betrayal, an insurmountable amount of disloyalty and disrespect. But what I understood when I got more into the word, and this is why I always preach the Bible, I always preach about the Lord to you guys, because when I started to listen to more, I started to realize none of it's ever taken me out. None of it has ever made me more, what's the word for it? Pessimistic, or it never. Like, I forget about the people. You mentioned their name. I'm like, oh, who? They weren't more powerful than the God in me. Greater is he that I am in he. How's it go? Greater is I. Let me not misquote the Bible. Let me get it right. Greater is he that I am than he is in the world. I hate to misquote scripture, so I want to get this one right. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. It's the verse. Greater is he that is in you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. It's found John 4:4. So remember that. Emphasizing the power and the strength of God's presence in believers over the forces of the world. So greater is God in me was greater than any of those deceivers, any of the haters, any of the liars, abusers, any of those people. The God in me was greater than all of that and continues to be. Actually, I use it for fuel. I'm like, okay, you thought you had me? You thought you had me? Let me show you what God do. Let me show you this God work over here. I don't need to do nothing to you. Because see, when you're a true believer, you don't need to put your hands, you don't need revenge. Because the word also say, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. You don't have to lift a hand. You don't have to do nothing to no one. Let them go ahead and build up all of that. You reaping what you sow. So all of that energy they putting into tricking you and lying and scheming and all of this stuff behind your back, and they thinking they getting away with something. Ooh, I got them good. Mom. Look what I did. I got them back. Don't go out here trying to get nobody back. You don't need to get that get back, as the young people say. Let me get my get back. You don't need, let God get the get back. Because God can hit them a whole lot harder than you. God hits them with you. God works in mysterious ways. You don't even know how God works in a way where he gets them and they know why they got it. Believe me, they might act like they don't know. Like, what did I do deserve? No, they know. When they really sit down and think about what they've done and how they've moved in this world, they look at, oh, I know what that was. I reaped that. I reaped that. And that's all it is that, no one's going to be perfect. But when God knows your heart. So when your intentions are to set out, I'm going to hurt this, I'm going to set this dude up. I'm going to do this. When you got that kind of heart, when you intentionally go out to try to hurt people for whatever reason, I've never had that heart. There's never been someone I just wanted to hurt. I just want to get them. Oh, let me get them. I'm not saying I haven't inadvertently hurt people. Okay, yes, I have. Everyone has. But I'm talking about your intentions is to go out there and hurt that person. I've never done it. But I can tell you this. Anyone who ever had that heart, go talk to them afterwards. Have a convo with them on how their life goes. It don't go too sweet. And that ain't me. That's just the universe. You put that energy out, you're going to get it back. You could call it quantum physics. You can call it God. You can call it Allah. You can call it Jesus, whatever you want. You put that energy out in the world where you just intentionally want to hurt people. You really think you're going to get out here unscathed? You're going to leave out this world unscathed? You really believe that? I got to do my villain laugh on that one. The villain laugh. No, you're not. You're going to suffer. You're going to suffer. Trust me. Just see, come to find out, it was another one of bad feelings in the street that came back to haunt him. Now his family and daughters have to ride around the winter season with no. Woo! That's terrible. Let me see here what you said there, Anshu. He thought it was me, so he asked girlfriend, mother, child. I had broken the windows. Okay. And she said I did. Yeah, you're going to have people that don't know your character. See, that's the thing. If someone don't have God in their life, they can't tell good from bad. They have no discernment. So, and then they're probably not that spiritual of a person. So you got to think. Someone like that they can't tell. They just have no discernment. God is not guiding them. They're using their worldly eyes to look, what would I do? Hey, I would do anything. So you see, if you're dealing with an amoral person and they're accusing you of something, I had that happen with me when I was a kid. And I had to take, a beating for something I didn't do. And I'm like, hey, I never would do this. What are you talking about? But my father and I, he didn't know me well enough. He didn't know my character well enough to assess what I was capable of. We had time apart when I was young. So he didn't know my son would never do that. And I'm not saying sometimes you can be wrong with people. But typically, if you've been around someone, you can kind of see they're going to show you signs of what they're capable of over the years. I don't care how good of a misleader, deceiver they are. They're going to show signs of I'm capable of doing this. They're going to flip. They're going to show you anger. They're going to show you something that maybe you ignore it, but you typically can build a personality profile. It's like the FBI. They don't even need to know the person. All they need to know is, okay, what do they like to do every day? They can just observe what they like to do, what books they read, where they went to school, they could give you a rundown. That's how they catch people. They give you a complete rundown of what the suspect is going to be like, just based on the crime. That's how good they are. They could, okay, who would do this? Based on the information we had in the past, who would do this? And then they come up with, a early 20s white male, probably from the Midwest or rural areas. How do you think they get so specific? Because they use analytics. And honestly, it works. So what you got to understand is that when someone doesn't have discernment, they can't tell your good spirit. Or they might just look at it like, this is only for my good people out, my good-hearted, true believe, my people that really got God in them. Everybody I know don't have God in them. I know that. So what I'm saying is if you know you got God in you, you need to listen to this message. People that don't share what you have, not everyone has what you have. And that's why you have to appreciate it. You have to polish it up. You have to treat it with love and respect. You don't put yourself anywhere going to nightclubs and crazy stuff 4 a.m. Not when you got God in your heart. Ain't no God in that place. Where's God at? They talking about shooting them up and talking about, sleeping with everybody. That's not God in that place. So you're not aligned with your true self if you're doing things and being around people, okay, that aren't aligned with your spirit. So yes, they're not going to be able to recognize what you are. They're not going to be able to value it. And if in anything, they might resent you for it because they don't understand it. They're like, what is he up to? She gotta be up to something. She's just not around me for no reason. No, she's around you because she likes you. Or he likes you. Now that gotta be something. He must be around trying to get some money. All right. See, watch out for people like that. Because that's how they think. They're only around people to see what they can get out of them. And that was another gift that I got inadvertently from my upbringing. I was around so many bad people. Now, I knew I was different. I'm not saying I was any better than them, but these were just broken spirits. People who had bad experiences and they went to left. And they hid it from themselves and they started to put that pain on other people. That's what I grew up around for the most part. I love them all, but you got to keep a distance because it says guard your heart. And so I don't care who it is. It could be a kid. If someone is not able to reciprocate, I'm talking about not little kids, but they're grown children. No, they got to take a back seat because you're not teaching them. You're not helping you. You're not teaching them how to be a better person. If they don't have the ears, if they don't have the respect, if they don't have the alignment of and of course, you've never done nothing. I'm not talking about molesters and all that. That parent don't deserve nothing. They lucky to not be locked up or in the grave. So I ain't talking about them. I'm not talking broad terms. I'm saying if that parent was a normal, halfway sane parent, they deserve a certain amount of respect. Okay, they deserve a certain amount of communication, and so nothing to do with what they did to the mother and all that. Don't have anything to do with anything. I mean, to a degree. Again, I'm talking if he ain't try to kill her or nothing like that. I'm just saying people fall out, but you gotta understand that. When as a person, you don't let anyone undermine your value as a person. You don't let anyone undermine that. I don't care who it is. Because once you let it go one place, you open up a door for it to all over the place. Before you know it, you got dissension all around you. So the beauty is you come up with people that aren't healed, people that are hurt, people that are in pain. The beauty in that is not that you're better than them, again, but you recognize what it looks like. And so even though your nature might be different, your nurture is very comfortable with those people. That's the dangerous part because you don't want to get comfortable with bad company. That's like playing Russian roulette. The more comfortable you get with bad company, eventually you're going to crap out. And you see, history tells you that. You see the most talented people taken down by what? The company they kept. Men and women throughout history. All you gotta do is look at history. I don't care what phase. You could go to the medieval, you can go to the Victorian, you can go to ancient history, you can go to whatever time period in this world that we've had. You see, because we learn from history. History repeats itself. So it tells you that the greatest people all time, typically, you look at the people they were around and that was their demise. I don't care. You could look at Michael Jackson. They were great. Who's he around at the end? A guy who was letting him, at best, give his medicine, administer dangerous medicine to himself to go to sleep. That's crazy. But that tells you that was who he was around towards his end. It's just what it is. And it goes on and on and on. Throughout history, rappers, all of these. I ain't gonna get into all of the news and the stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. If you look at people, usually their demise is the ones closest to them. It's not a stranger, Now they might have got a stranger to do something to them, but usually it's somebody they was connected with. And it don't have to be famous people, it could be regular people. So that's why I emphasize to watch the company you keep. Separate who you are from your story. Don't over-identify with your story, okay? The story you tell yourself is so powerful. You want a different life? Tell yourself a different story. I'm more than a conqueror. Why? Because he's told me I was. He told me I would inherit this. So you have to walk with that type of authority. And it's not being cocky. It's not being blind or delusional. It's being honest about your belief and what you believe in. You either believe it or you don't, because it will be tested. He will test you. Trust me. And when I got tested, I said, Lord, I said, I've always believed in you, God. Why are you throwing all this at me? Why? Got my kids, my family, my lady, my this, my how I was living at the time, my side lady. I'm just joking. But really, when you get in those times, that's when God is trying to talk to you. That's when God is trying to talk to you. He's trying to say, you can't live like this anymore. He's trying to say, you got to stop. He's trying to say, you either for me or you either for the streets. And God, when he comes at you like that, you're going to know. You're going to know he's talking to me. You're going to know because his protection, it's not like he's letting you get destroyed. It's like Job, right? Job didn't get destroyed, but a lot of things was happening that tested Job's faith. A lot of things. This how my cattle died. Oh my, it's a famine. Oh my wife, all of this. I'm getting leper. That's when God is talking to you. That's when he's telling you to double down on your faith. Double down on the faith. It's not the worst of times. If you still here, it ain't the worst of times. He telling you right now to double down on your faith. And then he might want to do like he did with me. Use you as a messenger. He might say, I put you through that pain because you were strong enough. Now, someone else I want you to talk to because they might not be strong enough to go through what you did. So I want to get to them through you before it happens. You see, that's how he works. He works that mysterious. Okay, I could go through it, but what about the person that can't go through it? He wants to get them before they got to go through what I went through. He want to get them years before because he know they can't take it. So he said, you know what? He gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. So you got to let God use you. Sometimes he wants to just use you and throw ego out the door, throw what you thought you were supposed to do. Oh, I'm supposed to be CEO. I'm supposed to do this. No. You just don't know. That was what you thought you were supposed to do. When you get to the point, like I talked about yesterday, separating the flesh from the spirit, when you get to the point, or rather that was Friday, when you can accept this what I thought, but this is what God tells me. God is telling me he wants me to do this. Don't worry about everything else. Don't worry about, oh, well, where the bill's going. No, don't worry, because that's also a test of faith. He can do all things. All things. So you're limited. You're thinking, no, they told me the rent is due. I got to have it by Friday. And if I don't go, that's your limitations. That ain't God's. Just try it. Try to just have that faith in the Lord that whatever you're experiencing, you might not understand it. Come to him humbly. Say, Lord, I don't even know what's going on here. But I just ask you, please show me, protect me, and guide me as to what you want me to do in the name of Jesus, Lord. Amen. And when you do that, just wait. Just wait. Because you want to wait till you can hear, till we can hear God. See, a lot of us, we can't hear him. And so that's why he loves you when you're going through those struggles. He's showing his love. He's trying to get you to pay attention to him. You won't pay attention any other way. If everything's going great with you, you might say, thank you, Lord, and keep it moving. But guess what? When you don't have any other recourse, job is out, no money, relationship is out, maybe you got some stress going on, some health problems, all of these things, family members that, relationships aren't going great. When all those things happen, he's saying, listen, my daughter, my son, listen. I just want you to listen. Here, let me talk to you. And take that second and listen. And you'll hear his voice. In your darkest moments, you'll hear him. And he's there. He loves you. God loves you. He's saying, just hold on. It's going to be okay. Just hold on. And you keep that faith. And you started with gratitude. Because the devil wants to trick you with all these people turning against you. all these lies, all of this evil towards you, and you can't figure out. That's the devil's trying to trick you. He's playing games with you. He's trying to get you to believe that he has more power than God. Man, all these people turn on me. I ain't even do anything. Ain't nothing but the devil getting in those people. Who he gonna get? A stranger? You don't care about a stranger. He's gonna get who you love. He's gonna get your mate. He's gonna get your friends. He's gonna get your people you work with. He's gonna work right through them people. You don't give him any food. If you don't feed him, he starves. What you feed lives. You keep feeding God. You double down on the Lord when that devil come at you. You double down on God. You pray. You got that coworker that don't like you. You say a hymn to you don't even psychology tell you if you hum, that actually helps calm you. It lowers your blood. Just humming. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You remember that scene in Glory, guys? When I love the 54. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Denzel, he had the one tear. Yes. Be happy, be joyful. God loves a joyful believer. He wants you to be joyful, be in a vibration of gratitude, appreciation. God wants that. That laughter, all of that. God wants that. So the devil, he wants to get you to believe he has more power. He wants to get you to believe you're worthless. He wants to get you to believe you can't do it. He wants you to believe that everyone is your enemy. He wants you to believe that, your abilities aren't abundant. He wants you to believe that you don't deserve anything. He wants you to believe to be comfortable in disrespect, comfortable in unhappiness, comfortable in all of these negative emotions, because then he has a better chance at you spreading that to somebody else. Because if you don't have a lot in here, it's very hard to give it. And the only power plant that you can go to is God. Endless power. That's an endless power source. I'm a coach. I'm a life coach, yes. And I always lead with the Lord, and I'm going to end it with the Lord. Because I know one thing about life. Being on this earth, I'm almost 50 years. I know one thing about life. It ain't nothing without God. You're nothing without God. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what you're driving. You only can drive one car at a time. You can only sleep in one bed at a time. How many rooms do you need in a house? You only can sit on one toilet at a time. You only can wear one outfit at a time. How many do you need? When I buy an article of clothing, I donate an article. If I buy a pair of shoes, I donate a pair of shoes. If I buy a shirt, I donate a shirt. Because my thinking on this is I had enough before I bought that shirt. It's somebody out there with no shirt. I already had enough shirts. I'm not buying a shirt because I have no shirts. I'm buying a shirt because I want a different shirt. But see, when we change the way we think about possessions and our existence on this earth, when we change our vibration, that changes our vibration. When we change it to gratitude, appreciation, and being a giver, being a blessing to someone, you'll be surprised how it comes back. It's not that you're doing it to get anything for it. I'm not expecting anything for it. I'm not. I don't even do the tax, whatever. I don't even do that. But God sees it. See, he sees, it's just not the bad stuff you do. He sees the good stuff you do. You don't have to tell everybody. I didn't tell many people about this, but God sees it. He sees you giving. It might not be much to you, but he sees and he rewards. He rewards you. Trust me. He rewards you with peace, with love. You don't want to covet anything. Look at when we have natural disasters, people lose everything. Everything. I saw one thing. I think it was a Houston flood years ago. It was a doctor. He was a doctor, a Chinese doctor. I remember. Not that him being Chinese made any difference, but a rich guy. His house was flooded, and the newscaster went up to him and he said, and they said to him, "Hey, sir, aren't you devastated about your house? All your belongings are ruined and flooded, and aren't you devastated? What do you feel about this?" And he said, I never forgot this. He said, it's just things can all be replaced. I'm glad I'm safe. It can all be replaced. And if you just seen the peace and the joy that he had on his face, that was God. That was God in him. That was greater he. Greater I that in he. That was the example of that. When you understand that these are just things. When you understand that your purpose is greater, that man probably saved thousands of lives being a doctor. So he understood what really mattered. I'm pretty sure that played a part in his mindset. He understood. All right, guys, so I'm not going to talk anymore about that, but you got the point on that. So now I'm talking about on the light side, brighter side of things. I always give a dedication, guys, to a musician. And, I like a lot of musicians, and I usually try to give the ones that don't get the credit that I like, that I think are talented, but they don't get the credit that they deserve by the general public. And the one I'm going to talk about today, guys, is Will Downing. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Will Downing, but he does R&B. He does, it's kind of a jazzy R&B, I would say. But he's 61 years old, born in November like me, November 29th, 1963. But Will Downing, some of his greatest hits, let's see. Some of his greatest songs are I Try. Check that out, guys. Nothing Has Ever Felt Like This. That's beautiful. That's a duet he did with Rochelle Farrell. But if my jazz lovers out there, you guys, check that out. And let's see what's going on with my jazz lovers. A Million Ways. That's one of his good songs. Sorry I. He's been out a long time. The Love We Share. I Go Crazy. That's one of his classics. I Go Crazy. So what you want to, let's see here. Yeah, so my father used to say that, Robert Thomas. All I know is none of us getting out of here alive. But yeah, Will Downing, guys, check him out. Wishing on a Star is another one of his great songs. Fly Higher. Man, he's really amazing. And he comes to the DMV area every now and then. I never seen him live. I plan on seeing A Million Ways. There we go, A Million Ways. And one thing I like about Will Downing is his voice, for one. He has a very, it's like a baritone. I always wish I had that voice. When I get excited, you guys will see my voice gets higher. When I'm like, hey. But then when I'm talking slower, now my tone lowers. But it's the higher I get, higher. Just like Eddie Murphy used to say, you ever get a black person mad? But literally, that's me. My voice gets higher the more upset I get. But anyway, Will Downing has a deep baritone, like Barry White, kind of Barry Whitish, and you really got to respect that. You got to respect that different, unique voice. And his musical selection, too. He does a lot of jazz. So, jazz, you guys know, I've really been on it lately. It's number one for me right now. Usually it always defaults back to my number one. Jazz almost always goes back to my number one. But I'm trying to tell you, check Will Downing out. I know my younger people might not know him. But if you do, older people, you're familiar. But guys, check out Will Downing. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you guys for your support. And I'll see you back tomorrow. Love what you do and do what you love, guys. Take care.